Hey everybody, how is it going today? Well, there's yet another EV stock that has burst onto the scene, and judging by the excitement so far, this one could be the next hot stock. Now, there's already a lot of money pouring into this company. I definitely want to find a way to capitalize on this mania. In this video, I'm going to tell you who they are, what they do, and how I plan to trade them. Now, if you're new to my channel, I like to find short-term and long-term trading and investing opportunities in typically lower-priced stocks. I like to find undervalued, underappreciated stocks with high growth potential and talk about all other things finance-related as well. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. And please remember, I am not a financial advisor, so please do all of your own research before investing in any of these stocks. Now, the name of this company is Arrival, and their ticker symbol is CIIC. And Arrival was founded in 2015 with a vision to make cities cleaner and more efficient places to live. They have since grown to a team of over 1,200 people across 11 cities in 8 countries around the world. Arrival has a unique blend of design, technology, engineering, and innovative expertise. By producing electric vehicles at a competitive price, they're actively removing the barrier to mass electrification and accelerating the phase out of fossil fuels. Evolving cities and rising e-commerce have made light commercial vehicles the fastest growing market segment. Combined with increased reliance on public transportation and changes in public policy, the forecasted market for vans and buses totals over $430 billion. Arrival's product portfolio capitalizes on the shift in demand with these growing market sectors, with 4 vehicle platforms going into market by 2023. Arrival Bus and Van will perform with up to a 50% reduction in total cost of ownership against their fossil fuel equivalents, according to a Rollenberger 2019 study. Now, Arrival is pioneering a new method of manufacturing that challenges the economies of scale, which create unnecessary excess. Their plan is to source materials locally and partner with suppliers that demonstrate responsible sourcing. They call it their microfactory strategy.
Today's products are built on iteration, version after version, creating the illusion of progress. It's time to stop thinking about the future and start thinking from the future. Not only create the product itself, but also reinvent the process that makes it. 100 years ago, the assembly line revolutionized transportation. But the same approach is still in place today, only more complicated and much longer. A process that limits innovation and requires enormous investment. So we started again with a single smart production cell, designing for total robotic assembly. Each cell capable of building any of our vehicles, modular and scalable. We've named it the Microfactory. Installed in existing warehouses, they start production quickly at a fraction of the cost, making vehicles locally to be used locally, empowering the communities they serve. These microfactories can be deployed all over the globe, making electric vehicles better and affordable to all. This is the next transport revolution.
Now, Arrival has said it has raised over $118 million from funds managed by Blackrock Incorporated, and this is the latest investor to bet on the new technology that's upending the auto sector. The investment values the UK-based manufacturer at around 3 billion euros, or the equivalent of $3.5 billion. Now, Blackrock is the world's biggest money manager, overseeing $7.8 trillion in assets, and is joining the startup's existing backers, which include Hyundai Motors Company and Kia Motors Corporation, and those companies together have already invested over 100 million euros themselves. All right, well, I am going to get into the charts next, but when you guys get a chance, you should definitely go over and check out their website because it is impressive to say the least. In fact, at first glance, it made me want to invest in the company right away. But then I kind of got the feeling like it may be a little too good to be true. I kind of got that feeling when I saw Nicola the very first time that I went on their website. But nevertheless, this company still looks super interesting, and I'm going to keep them on my watch list for many, many years because you never know. This company could be the next big one if everything pans out the way it's looking like on their website. All right, everybody, let's get into the charts. This is the daily chart of Arrival, aka CIIG Merger Corporation. The ticker symbol is CIIC. And this one is absolutely exploding today. Yesterday it had a big day, and today it's had it being an even bigger day, up on huge volume. And this is just one of the latest SPACs. And if you haven't seen the SPACs before they take off, you know, they all look like this. And then all of a sudden a deal comes in, and then they turn into that if you're lucky. But these EV stocks have been super red hot, so these EV SPACs are probably a good bet if you can get on one early. And if a deal gets done, you're probably going to be rewarded handsomely. But I am not going to be chasing Arrival just yet. What I want to do is play the pullback if I can. I want to play it if it gets down towards this 8-period exponential moving average. It seems like a long ways away, but it's going to catch up pretty quick. I mean, hopefully I'll probably be able to get in around the 14 to 1450 area, because I'm guessing it's going to be pulling back from here on out. It might not. It might keep going up. But I'm guessing it's probably going to pull back starting today. Maybe. We'll see. But I plan on playing the pullback either way. And I think it's going to be something like IPOB. If we go backwards on IPOB a little bit, this is what I am expecting Arrival to do. I expect it to, after that big blast off, to start pulling back, hit that 8-period exponential moving average, and I plan on catching the next move up. This is the move that I am interested in right here, because going all the way up towards the 26 area is probably a lower probability trade, but this is the area that I plan on catching, the $14 to $19 range. Hopefully, I think it's once it hits this 8-period exponential moving average, it will shoot up to a new high, and that's what I am hoping on catching on Arrival. But let me get off here real quick. And let me go back to Arrival here. And there just isn't a whole lot of information on the chart, so there isn't much to go over. This is just a hunch that it's going to pull back towards that 8-period exponential moving average and then have it move up off of that. And I will be waiting right there, so stay tuned and we'll see how that trade plays out. But let's take a look at a few other charts before I get out of here. Let's take a look at the one that I sold way too early. The one I did a video on a few excuse me, videos back. Man, this thing is screaming to a new high. I mean, these EV stocks are red hot right now. And I figured it was going to pull back a little farther, actually a lot farther than what it did, and give me a chance for another entry. But it did not, because these are red hot. And let's look at FUV. That was the other one that I talked about. And a monstrous day on FUV. If any of you guys are still in that stock, I mean, great job, because you are up another 39% today alone as we speak. I mean, I was looking at this chart. I'm going to have to like back away from the current bars, because when I was looking at it, seems like so far down there. But this is when I was looking at it, when it was starting to pick up steam. It had that excuse me, my goodness. As soon as I start a video, all of a sudden it just starts getting up in my throat. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I was looking for that. I saw that false break, and then it immediately snapped right back up into the consolidation. And this is, like I've said before, this is the first block. This is not my buy once it snaps back into this consolidation, because a lot of times it'll snap back in that consolidation, then it will continue to roll over. What you need is that move back up. That move back up, and then the retest of that box, and if it holds that and starts to move higher, then chances are the trend has reversed, and that's when you can start looking for your optimal entry point. Now, if I start moving it forward, this is when I really started getting interested in the 650 range, and it had that explosion out of that. Let me see if I can even. Once those explosions happen, it makes it really hard to go back and draw what you originally saw, because this area of the chart gets so small because that move was so big. Let me see if I can do it here. But it was just making one of those triangle consolidation patterns that I like before that explosion. Excuse me. And these are really cool to play with the options. Like I'm trying to play with Gilead because I couldn't find a lower price stock with a robust, amount of open interest. But if you can find them on these lower price stocks, and you can anticipate one of these moves coming right here when it starts to take off towards that resistance area. If you get a move, I don't even know what the appreciation on an option. I don't think FUV has options, but say if it was right here around 650 when I was first seeing it, and I would have bought, say, the 750 call out of the money, I mean, they would be worth an absolute fortune right now. If you'd have bought 10 or 20 of those with, say, a few weeks left on them, you would be a very happy camper right now. But another one that I'm watching is APHA. And APHA, let's go to the daily chart. It looks like it is starting to move out of this rounding bottom, and it has jumped above that 8-period exponential moving average and is starting to ride higher. If we look at the hourly chart, it looks, these ones are pretty big moves up and moves down, so it's a little sloppy, but that is not a big deal. What you want to do is get a hold of it when it's pulling back from making that new high, and as long as it is still above that 8-period exponential moving average, I think I might jump in and grab a little bit of this today on this pullback, and put a stop a little bit under this 8-period exponential moving average and ride it for as high as it goes. So probably when I get off this video, I'm going to take a position in that one. Another one that I'm looking at right now is NK. This one isn't quite in a buy zone just yet, but it is looking very constructive. It is finding support at the 200 simple moving average, the yellow line, and it's starting to hook right back up. And this one was a high flyer, less than a year ago, but now it looks like it could be winding up to make another move up. Now let's go to the hourly chart, and we can see it's starting to put pressure on this upper resistance area. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if we get a blast off through that any day now. It's a little tight for my liking right now. I mean, we do have that false breakdown right here, then the snapback right back up into the recent consolidation. So I definitely do like that part of the pattern. I would like to see just a little bit more movement, but man, this is super tight. And when this uncoils out of here, this could be a big move up. So this one is definitely on my watch list. I'm going to keep a sharp eye on this one and see if I want to get in. But let's go to the next one that I am still in right now. And this one, let's go to the daily chart. This one is still hanging around perfectly above that 8-period exponential moving average, ready for another kick shot up in the air. So this one still looks very healthy. I'm very happy with the formation of this pattern. Hopefully this 8-period exponential moving average rises into it and pushes it up. But this one is and this is exactly what you guys want to look for on these rounding bottoms. A nice big move above that 8-period exponential moving average, and the longer it holds above it, the better. It's no guarantee it's going to shoot higher, but the longer it holds above it, that's showing that it has strength, that there's no sellers coming into the market. And that's what these rounding bottoms really mean. I mean, this is just an unwinding of everybody who wants to be a seller. Like, these people right here represent overhead resistance, because everybody that bought on this move up, they are trapped. They are looking for a way to get out. And as time goes, eventually the last of the Mohegans start leaving the battlefield. And as they all start to leave, the supply dissipates, and then all you have left is demand, and then it starts to push the stock back up. And if enough demand comes in after this rounding bottom, that's representing no sellers are left. So if all you have is demand, that's when you get these big moves up. Let me get that out of here. But IDEX is looking very healthy. I'm very happy with that one. Let's look at my option trade in Gilead, because this one is pulling back today, and my options have been cut in half. It's actually a little bit higher as we speak, but I was looking at it earlier in the day when it was around 60. So the options might be just a little bit higher, but I'm sure I'm down in them. But we still have 8 days left, and there's still a very good chance we could get that blast higher, but I'll probably be looking to exit the trade maybe next Wednesday. If we don't get a move up, I'll just take what I have left. If we get one big move down, that's pretty much going to wipe out the value of those options. And the longer it hangs around in this area, since there's only 8 days left, the less they are going to be worth. So when you buy those near-term options like I bought, you need a price appreciation rather quickly if you can get it. But I am down in that one, but not out. But I'm still going to be watching it. And there is actually a couple more that I wanted to show you before I got out of here that are on my watch list. It came up on my screen that they are picking up steam. And this one looks super good right now. This is Medallia Incorporated. It is making a new high above that 8-period exponential moving average. So I am very, very close to buying some of this. This one has been staring at me all day, but I expect this one to move higher. I'm probably just going to buy the stock. When they're making a pattern like this, I don't have a problem committing capital. When just going back to Gilead. I mean, Gilead is not breaking into a new high, but there was the chance of the big move up. Excuse me. So what you want to do in a position like this is you want to buy some options, limit your risk, maybe just a couple $100 worth of options at the most. And if you get that lower probability explosion up, those things will pay off handsomely. But as of right now, it hasn't really shown that it's going to be moving higher, so I'm not going to jump in with, say, $6,000 worth of capital, jump in and buy 100 shares, because it just hasn't proven to me yet that it's going to be moving up. Has a higher probability of moving up. So I don't want to commit that much capital unless it shows that it is already headed higher. Just like MDLA, I'm much more comfortable committing thousands of dollars to this position than I am to Gilead, just because of the chart pattern. And another one that is making a nice chart pattern is Southwest Airlines. Going out just a little bit, we can see that it's already completed the rounding bottom and it's heading higher. This is the support area. But if we go to the hourly chart, we can see that it has already blasted to higher ground. And this would be nice if Gilead did this, because this is about where Gilead is right now. I mean, I don't think any news is going to be coming out on Gilead. Earnings aren't coming out, but if we can get a move like that tomorrow, that would be super duper. But we'll have to wait and see for that. All right, folks. Well, I am going to end the video right there, but let me know in the comments what you think about this company. And if you went to their website, was that thing impressive or what? But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down there, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Please hit the like button for me if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, and until next time, take care, everybody.